Hi, Ellen. And everyone that is joining on. So glad that y'all are showing up tonight. Thank y'all so much for the love for this evening. I'm waiting for a little bit more people. Excuse me while I'm drinking my water. Good evening to everyone. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It is Monday night, 7:30 on the dot. It says turn my cell phone sideways. I am sideways. Okay, so let's go on. Let's do some fixing. Let's do some fixing. Give me one moment. Can y'all see me now? You're getting dizzy. I understand that. I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with my phone. Y'all can see me? Okay. Give me one moment. If you can see me, send thumbs up. If you can see me, send your thumbs up. Okay. All right. So glad that y'all are able to tune in. Thank y'all so much. I know you hear me moving stuff around, but I'm actually trying to do some shuffling. So since my phone doesn't want to work for me tonight, we just going to hold the phone and do what we normally do. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. I am Shaniqua C. Austin, a.k.a. Niqua, a.k.a. Neek, a.k.a. Cece, for those that know me for a long time. And this is the Glitz Glamz Chronicles. So glad that y'all are able to tune in this week. I do remember saying on last Monday night that I wanted to... that what I was going to do everything relating to moms this month because this is Mother's Day. Mother's Day is next Sunday, and this night I really want to talk about and focus my attention on moms. And basically my topic tonight is going to be the appreciation of moms. So let's get started. Okay, so I just want to take the time to thank all of the moms out there, thanking y'all doing a pre-Mother's Day for everyone. And just want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in on Monday nights. Make sure you turn on your notifications and everything. So we're going to talk a little bit about the appreciation of moms. My mom is the greatest woman in the world to me. She has been there for me since day one. My father has always been there for me, but God rest his soul, he passed away on April the 12th of 2002. With that being said, my mom has always been my rock. She has been my shoulder. She has been my everything. And I greatly appreciate her. Even though I am married, I still talk to my mom every other day. Some people think I talk to her every day. I don't. I talk to my mom every single day. So... my thing is, you know, the kids of our generation, some of the kids of our generation do not value the importance of having moms. They want to be on the same level with their mom, talk to their mom a certain type of way, or, you know, say certain things towards their parents and thinking that it's okay. And I want to let y'all know, young bucks of today, it's really not okay to do that. It really isn't okay. Back in the day when I was growing up, if you disrespected your mother, you got slapped. If you cursed at your mother, she washed my mother washed my mouth out with soap, slapped you in the face, hit you with the belts, with the shoes and everything. When as it switches, yes, all of it. And my thing is, I'm not saying that we as parents, we need to do more, but there are some parents out here that I suggest you actually need to learn how to be, you know, a parent to your child, not a friend. And as children, even as we get older, we still show that much level of respect to our moms. And we should be able to thank her every single day. Now, I do understand some of our moms have gone on to glory. But don't ever think that they're not smiling down on you, telling you how much of a great job that you are doing here on earth, because they do. I am a firm believer in that. But for the children of today, especially the kids who are teenagers, who are becoming teenagers, who are going through the transition, please learn how to respect your moms. I actually had a cousin of mine to come over today, and the first thing that her son said to her was, You don't take me anywhere. You don't do nothing for me. And I literally tore a whole new inside out on him because I felt like it was so disrespectful that he disrespected his mom. And it's like, yo, dude, you are only 9-10 years old and you have the guard to talk to your mother like that. And back in the day, if we'd have talked to our moms like that, we'd have been slapped across the house from one end of the house to the other. Nonetheless, some of us got cussed out for disrespecting our parents. You don't do that. And I told him, there are some things that your mom are going to do more than a father will do. Now, I'm not dissing my dads out here, but we do have a lot of dads out here that are deadbeat, and I'm going to call it exactly what it is, that will not do a darn thing for their children. That's where moms come into play. We as moms, especially the single parents, have to put on that extra hat and learn how to be daddies too. Because some of our children don't have fathers in their life, or they are there, but they're not there. Meaning they may be in the house, but they are not, I don't want to say not present, but you're basically not present. And it's like, seriously? Now, I noticed that some of my people have left. I don't care if you did. I don't care if you get offended. All I'm saying is that there are some dads that don't do their job, but it's not all fathers. I can admit that. It ain't all of y'all. Some of y'all fathers do an excellent job of what it is that you do. You even have to take on the mother role. And I do praise y'all for that. But when it comes to our children, please understand that you only get one mom in this world. Some of us are lucky to get a stepmother. And some of us are lucky to get a foster parent mother, an adopted mom, your grandmother, your aunt, whoever has helped raise you or who is raising you. That is the only mom that you really know. And the last thing that you would ever want to do is to be disrespectful, especially when they are doing anything and everything for you, sacrificing everything that they wanted to do in their life just to make sure that you have a better life. And it bothers me when I see children like that every single day, whether I'm in the mall or I'm walking in the store or anything of that matter. And I agree with you. I have a person that just sat here and said, I have a few moms, honestly. I do too. I can actually name a couple of people who are like moms to me. I can name maybe 5 on my hand besides my own mom who are mothers to me, including my mother-in-law. So, yes, each parent likes to do things differently with their child. And I don't know why my generation thinks that it's okay to allow their child to disrespect them, to allow their child to talk a certain way to them, because it is truly not okay. Like I tell my children, you got friends, and there's a fine line between a parent and a friend. Get a friend right now, because right now I'm being your parent. Find someone else to be your friend, because it won't be me. Not until you're grown. And I even learned that the hard way with my mom, because I wanted my mom to be my friend. And with me having children of my own, I understand why she wasn't my friend until I became a grown woman. And now my mom is one of my best friends, and I would never trade it for anything else in the world. Some of us who may be estranged from our moms, they don't have that luxury and wanting to talk to their mom because something always go haywire. And I don't know what that feels like, but I do understand that you have to rely on someone else to be your mom. I do understand that. You have to look at someone else to be your mom, especially if your mom is not there for you. And I get that wholeheartedly. And that's when the grandmothers normally step in and do what it is that they need to do. You also have moms out here that may leave their child for a couple of years and then turn around and come back to that child after they're grown. And yet, we as children, especially daughters, will hold that grudge against our moms. And then we become judgmental. And the one thing I want to let y'all know is, please, as a child, don't ever become judgmental with your mom. You never know what your mom was dealing with. You never know what your mom had going on in her life. And the last thing you want to do is be judgmental. To understand what it is they went through, to understand why they did what they did. And yes, that is a hard road to hoe. No, I don't understand it, but I have been around people who have actually experienced that. So I wouldn't be judgmental about anything that goes on in a mother's life. Sometimes we as moms, we make mistakes. I know as a parent, I can make a mistake on a daily basis. The one thing I would honestly say as a parent that I do not like is when my children may throw it back up in my face, well, you did that before. And I'm going to say that's really not okay. Hey, I was crazy, I was dumb, I was stupid when that happened. I'm just looking out for your best interest. But as a parent, if God forbid anything was to happen like that, I would love them the same. I would not estrange them. I would be their comfort. We do have moms out here who, even older moms, who will get upset with their children when something negative happens in their life. And it's like, I understand why you're mad, but your child needs you more than ever. The last thing that you should do as a parent is neglect your child, because hell, the world is already doing it. Your child doesn't need the neglection from you. I think that's the worst feeling in the world as a parent, as a mom, to neglect your children just because they went through something that in their life and they didn't want you to repeat it. We all make mistakes. That's why God forgives us every single time we make the mistake. But you don't sit in the mistake. You learn from the mistake. And you hope and pray that you don't make that mistake again when you get older. Things happen though. I do remember when I got pregnant with my son at the age of 22 and I was not married. I thought the worst feeling in the world, I was saying to myself, Lord have mercy, my mother's gonna kill me. Because I'm not married, I got pregnant, and I'm lost. I don't know what to do. And it took me 6 months to actually go to my mom and talk to her and tell her that I was pregnant. Sad part was that she heard it from everybody else in the town and was so upset that I didn't come to her and tell her that I actually did that. When she figured it out, she was upset. She didn't talk to me for 48 hours. But eventually she came around. And it was the most precious thing that she could have ever witnessed. Me giving birth to her grandson. And now, as I am older, whereas I'm 34 and my mother will be 63 on June the 6th, excuse me. Her thing is, it doesn't matter what she do because nothing surprises me anymore. As long as I tell her, yes, as long as I tell her exactly what's going on. I did become older. I did become wiser. And yes, my best friend, my sister, can actually tell you, we really went through that pregnancy. That pregnancy was something else. But I would not trade those 9 months in for nothing in the world. Because when my mom did come around, she was very happy. She was very ecstatic. She never left my side. She made sure I had everything that I needed. And it also taught me a little bit about being independent and not relying on her even when she is not there. So those things I do thank my mother for. I thank my mother for even bringing me into this world. But those things, those life lessons that I can carry on to my children, those are the things that I'm talking about a lot of us parents don't do anymore. We don't sit our children down anymore and talk to them about certain events because we are so scared that they may result to that. But my thing is this: if you don't talk to them and tell them about certain events, they may go out and do those events. And then you live with that regret of not being able to tell them because you got scared. You can't live in fear. As a mom, we fear every single day that when our children go to school, God forbid something was to happen. And I've gotten to the point where I had to put it in the Lord's hands. So I just pray for them to go and have a great day and bring them back home every single day. Some parents out here, especially those who have lost their children in the school attacks, they don't have that ability to do that anymore. So they are definitely lost in the storm. But, you know, if they could talk to their children one more time, there's a lot of things I know they wish they could tell their children, especially those children who committed those different crimes. I'm sure those moms out there wish they'd have gotten the help that they needed and that they deserved instead of waiting until the last minute. And speaking of help, if your child does need help, mental help of any sort, do not, I repeat, do not ever become feared of what your child is getting ready to go through, because you are their biggest fan. You are their advocate, and you have to be there for them when they can't be there for themselves. And that's exactly why, even though my child is autistic, I make sure that I am his biggest advocate, because no one else is going to do it for him. There's a lot of things as moms that we do, and there's a lot of things that we don't do. And then it all boils down to this one question: am I being a good mom? I look at it as like this. If I got to ask that question, if I got to ask myself, am I being a good mom? I don't feel like I am, because my actions and my words speak for themselves. And if I'm doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing, and I think what I'm doing is the right thing, then I'm going to go forth and do so. Moms, there's nothing wrong with taking advice from older mothers. A lot of us want to dismiss older people's opinions. My thing is this: I dismiss the judgments, because I don't allow nobody to judge me. I do listen to people's opinions. I value some people's opinions. I don't value everybody's opinion, because not everybody's opinion is good for you. So I do value people's I do value their opinion if your opinion is worth valuing. But that's just me. Exactly. I have a person that said here, all you can do is the best you can with what you have, and that's absolutely right. No one is saying you got to be a perfect mother, because no. All moms are not perfect. We do what we can for our children, and we teach them survival, because they have to learn how to survive, because we're not going to be here. We do have to go and leave this earth one day. We just hope it ain't today. But definitely for the moms, your children love you and they value your opinion. Always be mindful of what it is you're doing, because your children are always watching you. And I have to tell myself that every single day. My children are always watching me on what it is that I'm doing. And I have to be mindful of what it is that I do, and make sure that they're not repeating things that I'm doing. Provide, protect, and give knowledge. Exactly. I do agree with you on that. Because the one thing that I try to tell my children, I try to give them knowledge for them to become better than what my husband and I am today. For them to learn how to survive. And because one day we won't be here. I know you heard somebody coughing in the background. That's my son. He's under the weather today. But allergies, they're kicking his tail. But my son is he's a strong child, and he'll definitely pull through. So children, especially your young kids, teenagers, I know some of y'all are not, I know the kids are not watching, but let your children know. Having respect for your mom is going to get you further than anything else in the world. For the boys, respecting your mother really makes the determination of how you're going to respect your partner or your wife later on in the long run, especially in the future. Always be mindful of that. Always be mindful of that. So, what's the lesson that I'm actually giving y'all tonight. Definitely, moms, y'all doing an awesome job doing what it is that you do. Don't ever allow anybody to tell you that you're not a great parent, because you are. Regardless of the situation that you may be in, you're doing an awesome job. If your children don't tell you, but they show you, don't get upset about it. In my family, and this is honestly, well, let me say it like this. Between my mother and I, we don't tell each other we love each other all the time. We do it by action. And because we show one another that we love each other, to me, that's just enough. I tell my mom I love her. I do. My mom tells me that she loves me. She does. We just don't do it all the time. We don't hug all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. When we do hug, trust me, it's tears of joy. That does not mean that we don't love each other. That's just the way we show. And some kids, even today, don't even get that. They don't even get a hug from their mom. They may not get I love you from their mom. But if your mom breaks her back to do whatever it is to make sure that you have what it is that you need and what you want, that should be enough to say, yeah, my mom loved me. And I know that my mom has always loved me. So, let's see. Melania said, all parents want their children to have better than they had. I think as kids, we sometimes forget that no handbook comes with being a parent, and you're absolutely right. If there was a handbook on how to raise a child, trust me, that book would be a bestseller. And whoever would have wrote it would have made a whole lot of money from it. But there isn't a handbook on how you raise children. A lot of it is by instinct. Some of it is from what we have learned. It's called a learned behavior. My raising of my children came from the way that my parents raised me. And so far, my children are on the straight and narrow. Do they fall off? Yes, they do. Do I help them up? Yes, I do. Because that's what I'm supposed to do. And a lot of parents, my generation in particular, they don't do that anymore. They want to beat their children halfway to death, even if they cough or they breathe. And it's like, really? How, as a mother, can you sit here and say that beating your child halfway to death is a learned lesson? It really isn't. There's a fine line between discipline and abuse. I discipline my children for them to learn a lesson later on. I don't abuse my children for them to be put in the hospital and left there to die. Yes, being a parent is trial and error. Some things that may work back when we were growing up may not work on children today. And that is one thing I actually have learned. Sometimes certain disciplines that worked for me does not work on my son. So I know I have to go a different route. It's even so much as eating dinner. Certain things like keeping your child at the table for them to eat and not allowing them to move doesn't work all the time. Does that work on my son? No, it really doesn't. Have I tried it? Oh, plenty of times. But I know that's something that doesn't work. Will I continue to utilize that? No. Because why would I beat a dead horse? Because that's all I'm doing is beating a dead horse. It doesn't work. So I know I will have to do something else that will actually work for him. That way he can get the results that he needs, and I know I'm doing what it is that I have to do as a parent. So, I don't know how long I have talked, but that's my tidbit for today. And if there anybody that wants to do a shout out to their mom, you can do so right here in the comments. I will definitely put you out there and say who it's from, and that they're doing a shout out to their mom. So if anybody wants to post in the comment section right now how much you love your mom and you want to dedicate this to your mom, because I am doing this every Monday. I'm doing shout out to moms just like I promised you I would. And please let me know. Please do so. While we're waiting on comments, if anybody wants to speak out and do a shout out to their mom, please let me know. I will definitely put your name out there and do a shout out to her. Because moms do get the glory. We do get a lot of, we do get the glory that we deserve. But keep in mind, there's also dads out here too that have to take on the role of mom, excuse me, that are doing their thing too. Give me one moment. I think my throat was getting dry for a minute. All right. I got one person that raised their hand. Go ahead, do a shout out so I can make your name known. Oh, you're welcome. Just sitting there waiting while we're waiting on that comment to post up on the screen. Just wanted to let y'all know that yesterday we did have a vendor event. It was our first vendor event for the year. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much to the sorority, the Tau chapter of Chi Eta Phi for allowing us to participate in your 28th annual Mary L. Mercy Scholarship Banquet on yesterday evening. Thank y'all so much for allowing Rock Bottom Creations to participate in that. Also, this week is Nurse Appreciation Week as well as Teacher Appreciation Week. If you do want to purchase mugs or glass tumblers as well as gumball machine candy jars, you can definitely purchase anything dealing with nurses or teachers is 25% off this week. The deal will end on next Monday, the 14th. I think that's right. Wait a minute, when is the 14th? 14th next Monday? I gotta find a calendar. When is the 14th? I tell you what, I'm not even gonna look. Deal ends on yes, it is next Monday because I forgot. Mother's Day is on the 13th. Definitely next Monday. The deal will end on next Monday. All right, so we have Barry Farmer all the way from Chesterfield, Virginia. He said he wants to give a shout out to all the hard-working mothers out there. Thank you so much, Mr. Farmer, for doing that shout out. And also, I definitely want to do a shout out to all the hard-working teachers who teach these children every single day that love their job, because if you didn't love your job, you wouldn't be there. Thank y'all so much for teaching our children. Our children would not be where they at today if it was not for you being a teacher. Also to those nurses in every department or every division of healthcare. Thank y'all so much for being nurses to us, because we honestly know the doctor may do the 5-minute checkup, but nurses are the ones that put in the work. Thank y'all so much for being the hardworking nurses that y'all truly are. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. To the home health care nurses, to the pediatric nurses, the hospital nurses, all the way down to the inpatient transporters who sometimes get recognized as being a nurse. Yes, my husband is one of them. So he's actually catching double this week for Nurse Appreciation Week as well as Teacher Appreciation Week. As you can hear him hollering in the background. Because trust me, it is not easy. It is not easy teaching 20 kindergartners every single day and then turning around and dealing with sick people at the hospital. And he does it every day. Well, not every day, twice a week, but he does it. He's been in the healthcare field for 15 years, and he is on his 11th year as being a teacher. Definitely want to give a shout out to that. Also to my mom, who is a school counselor at Prince Edward County Public Schools. Thank you so much for being the school counselor that you truly are. I knew that you could be more than just a teacher. And there's a whole lot of folks that my mom has taught throughout the years, including her own daughter. So even though she doesn't have a Facebook account, I still want to give a shout out to my mom, who is one of the best teachers at Prince Edward County Public Schools. I know other teachers who are there, Miss King, Miss McQuaige Hicks, a lot of people that have worked there, Miss Pamela Venable, Miss Patricia Little, Miss Susan Eanes, all of y'all that have worked out there in that teaching in the teaching field, maybe retirees, Miss Mary Bayless, all of y'all, Miss Patricia Carlson, all of y'all, Miss Wanda Dews, all of y'all that are still there at the school. Thank y'all so much for being those teachers when we were growing up. A lot of y'all have really inspired us to being the person that we are today. And I greatly, greatly appreciate it and very humble from the bottom of my heart learning that type of wisdom from y'all. Is there anybody else that wants to do a shout out to their moms while I'm sipping this water? Nobody else? Okay, well, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I really don't know what time it is. What time is it? 8:03. Okay. So we're going to call it a night. Make sure that you tune in to the Glitz Glamz Chronicles next Monday night at 7:30. I really don't know what my topic is going to be for next Monday night, but hopefully I'll let y'all know ahead of time what time is going to be and what time I'm coming on, because I know I've been slacking for the last 2 weeks, but y'all really don't know. Participating in a vendor event is grueling work. Definitely follow me here on Facebook as well as on Instagram at the Glitz Glamz Chronicles. And also make sure that you become a YouTube subscriber at the Glitz Glamz Chronicles. Remember that the Glitz Glamz has a Z, not an S. And you can catch all of my videos up there. Like I stated before, I will be doing DIY videos as far as creating my mandala mugs. I will show y'all how to do some of those things. If you do want to participate in the paint and sip party, please let me know. That way I can get my date on the books and get that date squared away. Also, if you have a child that is graduating from Prince Edward County Middle School as an 8th grader, please keep in mind I am the guest speaker for the 8th grade graduation at the middle school on May the 30th. So just wanting to let y'all know I will be there in the place. And I'm not going to give up my theme on what I'm going to talk about. Those that have children that are graduating, you're just going to have to wait. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to wait. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please support Rock Bottom Creations. Make sure that if you want to place an order for Mother's Day, I am taking Mother's Day orders all the way up to Friday. Also, if you want to get a head start on graduation gifts, please let me know. Please message me or leave it below in the comments. I do read every single comment that y'all leave for me. I read every single comment. I do comment on everybody's post for each comment that is made. Also, please continue to support us with the Virtual Phoenix. If you have any logos that need created or any web pages that need to be done, please let me know. I can do that for you. Also, let's see, we got so much going on. Yes, we are photographers. Love Bazaar Photography. No, I don't have a Facebook page for that because that's just something that we do on the side. We take it seriously, but we don't take it seriously. But when we do those things. So if you have any events that are coming up and you're looking for a photographer, please let us know. We are very reasonable. And we do travel. We do travel, but we do tap on travel fees because, you know, traveling ain't cheap. What else we do? Did I call them all? All 5 of them? Oh, if you need candles. How I forget my baby. If you need candles, head on over to Common Sense with Niqua at commonsensewithniqua.com. Make sure you purchase your candles. Any scent that you're looking for in particular, please let me know. And I could guide you directly to the scent. If you need Bath and Body products or you want to try a new line of Bath and Body products, please let me know. You never know what we may have. We do have bath bombs, we do have body scrubs, and we have lotions. We are coming out with a men's line. As far as for the men, we are coming out with a line for those beards, because I know a lot of y'all men, y'all doing the bald heads with the beard, with the bearded face. So if you're definitely trying to grow out your beard, please let me know. Definitely we keep y'all in mind. Definitely will have a pre-sale for those as soon as I find out something. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I know I sound a little hoarse right now, but it is what it is. I stay hoarse sometimes, but y'all know how much I love to talk. So definitely thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Y'all be blessed, and we will talk again on next Monday night. Bye.